The following is a presentation of The Day.
Rivalry games bring the best energy. The crowds are bigger, the emotions run hotter, the effort is maximized. Sometimes, though, it's even bigger than a rivalry. It's a border battle. They say familiarity breeds contempt, and no two towns are more familiar than Waterford and East Lyme. Across sports from first grade through high school, they always meet in the biggest games, creating iconic moments, and the records never matter. East Lyme is rebuilding under young coach Dan Scheider. They have a dynamic duo in the backcourt with Javi Mangual and Karch Kajer. And effort is never the issue with the Vikings. They have beaten Waterford 4 straight, and nothing would make the season feel better than another win at the X. Waterford is also rebuilding, but remembers all the success under coach Bill Bassett. Parker Spencer is etching his name in Waterford's scoring history, and Carson Gallerani is the future. The Lancers know that future is bright, but they want the present to include a win over their biggest foe. The X should be rocking, and Lancer Nation and Viking Valley should be in full force as the Waterford Lancers host the East Lyme Vikings in a premium ECC rivalry game. All the action live on game day on theday.com.
Throw the records out the window. A good old-fashioned border battle taking place tonight in the Francis X. Sweeney Fieldhouse at Waterford High School as rivals East Lyme and Waterford set to tip off shortly, and all the action is live on game day. Game day is brought to you by Messier, Massad, Burdick, and Associates. An injury due to someone else's carelessness can change everything. The experienced team of attorneys at Messier, Massad, Burdick, and Associates understand that life's unexpected turns can be overwhelming, but they're here to help. Whether it's a car accident, slip and fall, or a dog attack, they advocate on your behalf. Insurance companies have teams of lawyers on their side, and you can too. They hope you never need their services, but they are here if you do. Call Messier, Massad, Burdick, and Associates today at 860-MMB-TEAM or visit mmbteam.com. Messier, Massad, Burdick, and Associates. Why have one attorney when you can have a team? Casey O'Neill along with Max Adams, welcome to the game day team in what should be a very competitive game here at the X.
Casey, well, thank you for having me aboard. Let's do it, partner. I mean, we got the best rivalry in the ECC tonight, back home where it all started. I'm excited to see how it all unfolds.
Well, these two teams are playing for pride, and the student sections are starting to fill in, and we're hoping to have a competitive game and a competitive student section battle here tonight as these two teams are playing for the now and for the future. East Lyme has won 4 straight. Waterford looking to end that here tonight at the X. As always, the third member of our team floating around, bringing us all the inside scoop, the sports doctor. What do you got?
Hey guys, wake up the echoes of the great games here at the X. Obviously, 2 very, very young ball clubs coming into this game. Coaches both love these programs. East Lyme tonight will start 3 juniors and 2 sophomores. Bill Bassett relying on youth as well. Very, very young at the guards. But one thing, you know what, throw the records out the window. Both these coaches like the way the teams compete. They kind of run out of gas down the stretch against some of the bigger powerhouses in the ECC. But tonight, throw the records out the door. It's a slugfest. Should be a great game, Casey. Student sections are definitely prime.
Thank you, sports doctor. You know, we go back through the last, say, 15 years. So when these kids who are now in high school, all they know are the successes of Waterford and East Lyme, the competitiveness across all sports, right? From the time they're in kindergarten till the time they hit high school, they have known that their border rival is the team to beat. You know, Thanksgiving Day in football, these two teams. So you throw the records out, you know you're going to have a competitive game. But with these two teams, it's a little bit more than that. It's trying to, for Waterford, it's trying to find the bridge to the next cycle of talent. East Lyme thinks the talent's here. It's cultivating it as they look to next year and the year after. So just talk a little bit about what you expect to see tonight.
Well, it's very uncharted territory for both of these teams in this era that they're kind of in right now. We would consider this a rebuild if we were in the NBA, but here we are at the X, and these guys don't have, a Colin Shannon or a pinch brother coming off the bench where they can really rely on the depth. They have guys, they go 3 deep, they rely on their 3 guys, and then whoever else comes and helps in the meantime is how the game's going to go. If they could just find, one of these teams could find an other today that's not a Parker Spencer, that's not a Javier Manguel, that's not a Karch Kozar. If we could just find somebody deep on their bench to contribute, that team's probably going to have the edge, but it's also about the little things too, the turnover margin, the rebounding battles, the jump shooting. 2 not great jump shooting teams, but these teams are almost a mirror image of each other as far as their scoring output per game, their rebound numbers, their depth, and tonight it's just going to see which one of these teams that really has it going.
Well, the big difference probably the very experienced Bill Bassett on one side, young Dan Scheider on the other side. But games like this are always about the players. So let's meet all of the players in tonight's game, brought to you by Farmers Insurance and Mike Whalen.
Reggie Schwartz, Flanders Elementary School.
Gibran Saad, Eastside Middle School.
Javier Manguel, V, Sacred Heart School.
Ryan Duker, Flanders Elementary.
Liam Cosdoyan, Salem Elementary School.
Karch Kazher, Lily B. Haynes Elementary School.
Henry Garabedian, East Lyme Middle School.
Charlie Moores, Lily B. Elementary. Mario Carello, Salem Elementary.
Grayson Biggs, Lily B. Haynes Elementary.
Max Maziarz, Salem School.
Brady Wiseman, Oswegatchie Elementary.
Lincoln Wright, Oswegatchie Elementary.
Parker Spencer, Fernan Elementary.
Alex Picardi, Great Neck Elementary.
Lucas Roscott, Quaker Hill Elementary.
Colby Sheehan, Oswegatchie Elementary School.
Thomas Flanagan, Great Neck Elementary.
Carson Gallerani, Clark Lane Middle School.
Josiah Rivera Perry, RMMS Elementary.
Jameson Barlow, Clark Lane Middle School.
Patrick Lombardi, Great Neck Elementary.
Chase Nolda, Oswegatchie Elementary.
Joshua Shepard, Oswegatchie Elementary School.
Mark Dodani, Oswegatchie Elementary.
Mason Dyer, Quaker Hill Elementary.
Michael Whalen of Farmers Insurance in Niantic is a longtime resident of Connecticut. With over 30 years of experience within the insurance and financial services industry, Michael Whalen of Farmers in Niantic has built his agency with a strong focus on helping the community address their insurance needs. Whether you're looking for affordable home insurance, auto insurance, recreational coverage, or life insurance to protect your family, stop by the office located just by Midway Plaza in Niantic or call 860-850-4416. Players need endurance, and Mike Whalen puts the endurance in your insurance. Call him today.
All free throws on game day brought to you by Phillies, home of the ECC's best cheesesteak. It has a brand new location across from the subbase in Groton. There and all the Phillies locations, you roll in, you yell at the top of your lungs, "Every day is game day!" You get 10% off your cheesesteak. The Phillies team is hiring. You can join the Phillies family. Check out the website, therealphillies.com. But remember, every day is game day. Go get your 10% off your cheesesteak. All timeouts this year brought to you by C-Rack. Just remember, when life feels overwhelming, C-Rack encourages you to take a timeout and adjust your mental health.
Restrooms are located across the hallway from the entrance, and emergency exits are located at each corner of the field house.
So, as we look at this game, I mentioned the coaches, right? So you've got a young coach in Scheider who knows he's got his whole team coming back next year of the guys that played. So he's looking at it, and he's in that true rebuild where he's got a specific eye on the future. Coach Bassett, who's been around for a long time and has had enormous amounts of success, has seniors he needs to sort of respect their careers, but he's got to look to the next generation. So, it's the Carson Galleranis of the world that are the next generation at Waterford. He's got to find a way to cultivate them while still paying attention to the Parker Spencers of the world who are climbing the scoring charts for their school.
Yeah, people that have an investment in this Waterford basketball program are going to be super excited to what they see out of Carson Gallerani for the next 2 years. And, he's a very hard worker. He's a great shooter. And on the other side, you got 5 graduated seniors on the East Lyme side last year, still trying to recover from that and still find their bearings. And we'll see how they've adjusted. They haven't adjusted so far, but we'll see how it plays out tonight.
And now our national anthem. As always, the Guard play tonight, brought to you by the Guard Arts. The Breeze Line Winter Cinema Series season passes still available. Visit guardarts.org and the great Guard play that you'll see tonight. Opening tip-off brought to you by NFA. If you live in Eastern Connecticut, you belong at Norwich Free Academy. From college prep and career pipelines to arts, athletics, and tech programs, NFA offers more opportunities than any other high school in the region. Financial aid is available for those who qualify. Engage your future at NFA. Visit nfaschool.org. Officials for tonight's game, Anthony Malhoit, Sergio Lewis, and Rich Cole. You've got 5 non-seniors for East Lyme, 4 non-seniors for Waterford. Parker Spencer, the lone senior in the starting lineups for these two teams. Very much the future on display here at Waterford. Barlow will jump it up against Mario Cardello. East Lyme in the road maroon, Waterford in the home white, and we are underway at the X. Spencer will operate for Waterford.
Lancers coming out in their typical horns formation, trying to get that action, high post.
Baseline, Barlow spins, hangs, blocked by Cardello. Other direction now, up top, Mangual, kick out. First three of the game is good from Ryan Duker.
See, that could be the difference right there. Jump shots are sometimes a lost cause for East Lyme. If those are falling for tonight, it's going to be a long day for Waterford's defense.
Cross-court pass from Spencer, and he gets it right back. He shoots the long three.
Oh, the answer.
4 for 3. We're tied up. Off the Lancers. It'll stay with the Vikings.
East Lyme running a stack out of bounds.
Biggs up top, Mangual, long three for Javi. Javi for 3, and it's a 3-point barrage here to open the game. Spencer, gonna be harassed all night, drives, hangs, floats, a little strong. Cardello pulls the rebound down, and the Vikings will run. East Lyme gets a break there as Duker was flowing to the floor. Would have been a travel, but knocked out of bounds by Waterford.
Probably should have been.
Biggs will inbound. Up top, Mangual swings. Duker for another 3. Got it! Back-to-back threes from Ryan Duker, and a 9-3 lead for the Vikes. Gallerani uses the left, drives into traffic, stripped from behind, and he'll stay with East Lyme.
You got to think nothing's going to come easy for the Waterford guards tonight. Both these teams are very guard heavy, but the difference is no Kobe Sheehan for the Lancers tonight, so no down low option. All those pain points are going to be very dime a dozen.
Steal. Duker. Finds Mangual. Quick trigger 3 is short. Offensive rebound to Cardello, and East Lyme gets another look. This time Biggs for 3. No good. And Mangual tried to save it, but he was on the line. It'll be Lancer basketball.
Great action, great open looks to start this game for East Lyme so far. Ryan Decker, that last possession, might as well be singing Celine Dion all by myself because nobody was within half the court of him, but couldn't convert there, but a good shooting start for East Lyme so far.
Nice drop down low. Barlow was nicked as he went up, and he'll shoot a pair. And Barlow will go to the line for the first pair of Phillies free throws. Remember, you want 10% off a delicious cheesesteak? You go in and tell them every day is game day.
No, I know Phillies is a friend of the program. Shem Adams is a friend of mine. He was a former coach of mine. But I would like to use my platform right now to bring back the Kobe at Phillies. They took that away. The only thing I've ever seen them take off the menu, my order, I love me their buffalo chicken fries, but can we get the Kobe back, Shem? Can somebody send that message to him in a memo?
You just right there, you just send it to him. We're going to make sure he hears you.
I'll say every day is game day. I'll do the promo. We'll do more business, but I need the Kobe back.
Free throws are going to be important in tonight's game, especially if you're an underdog and especially if you're looking for points that are tough to come by. Got to knock those down. Barlow missed them both. And now a little pressure from Waterford. Flanagan harassing Casher. Backdoor cut, Biggs. Beautiful look from Karch Casher. to Grayson Biggs. Biggs is going to draw the foul as he bumped Spencer up high.
Casey, it looks like the Waterford bench and defense is going to look for a box and one on Kazher all day and try to take him away, but so far the others are showing up for the Vikings.
It's really been the Duker threes because you know Mangual is going to hit his, and they're taking away Kazher. And there's a steal from Biggs right on cue. Great defense, though, by Flanagan, and the putback in, and the Vikings are off and running. It's a 13-3 lead. Waterford starting to get a little frustrated already, and they're going to call a timeout. This timeout is brought to you by CRAC. When life feels overwhelming, call a timeout. Step back, breathe, and remember, you don't have to face it alone. At CRAC, we believe connection is prevention. I want to say that again. Connection is prevention. Reach out to a friend, a family member, someone you trust. Call a timeout. Make a connection. It can change your day. Learn more at www.cracct.org. Life, like in sports, sometimes you just need to step back, take a timeout, and talk to a friend. And right now, Bill Bassett knows that his team down 10 when points are not easy for them all the time. You know, they just checked in Josiah Rivera-Perry. You know, he comes in the game. They get a steal from Biggs. Good timeout right there by Bassett.
Yeah, Waterford just needs to get organized, get everything set, get a good look. East Lyme so far has executed everything that they try to do out of the gate, and Waterford has seemingly been uncomfortable since opening tip. So that timeout is a good way to ground everybody, get everybody back.
Sports Doctor, what did Coach Bassett say in the huddle?
Well, they're just not executing. No backdoor cuts, find the guys in the three-point line, and rebound the basketball. Everything we talked about pregame, we're not doing. So Bill Bassett wants to see his team execute.
Well, he likes the execution from Gallerani right there, just inside the three-point line. Pulled up off the dribble and knocked it down. You need a basket coming out of a timeout, they got it. And Biggs ends up with it for the easy layup for the Vikes. So Waterford almost got the steal. Instead, it goes for an easy hoop for East Lyme. Nice look by Spencer inside, but Barlow harassed by Cardello. Out of bounds, we'll get a sub. Brady Wiseman will check into the game for Waterford. He'll give a breather to Flanagan, and then also into the game for East Lyme. Substitution is number 14, Charlie Morris, and he is into the game replacing Cardello. Right into the game, step in and knock it down. Just like that. Love it when as a sub you walk in and you take the first shot you see.
Yeah, Dirk hair, Dirk leg kick, little fade.
Wiseman picked up the dribble. There goes Barlow, and he is blocked.
Got a foul underneath.
So they're going to call that one on Morris, and it's going to send Barlow to the line where he'll shoot a pair of Phillies free throws. And we're going to see a sub into the game for East Lyme after the first one. So a pair of free throws brought to you by Phillies for Barlow.
Barlow, not a lot of action to begin the season, but with the injury to Sheehan has really started to come into his own. Starting to get better at the free throw line too. Started over his first two, 33% on the season, but just makes that one and gets the second end.
Much better, knocks them both down.
Starting to get comfortable as 23.
Duker drives. Collis Doyen into the game for the Vikings. There's his open three. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Vikings are shooting it well to start. And Spencer's fouled on his way to the basket. Looks like they're going to get Kazher on a reach, and they do. Heck of a scoring quarter for the Vikings. 20 points as the three-point line has been very good to them.
Yeah, it seems like the Vikings are going to be in unfamiliar territory, indicative of what their season has been so far. This is one of the rare matchups where they might actually have a size advantage, and now they have a shooting advantage in a high-scoring quarter, usually averaging around 13, 14 a quarter. We're already at 20, 3.5 to go.
Nice drive by Gallerani. Can't get it to go, but put back from Rivera Perry. All the workmanlike points Waterford can get.
And a flex going the other way, Casey O'Neill.
Open look. Nice hustle by Spencer as he blocked Duker on the 3.
It's a great closeout.
That's the kind of thing that really can inspire a team too, when your leader gets out on defense like that, shows a little hustle play.
Absolutely.
Mangual, open 3. Good. Javi on fire here in the early going.
Yeah, maybe leave Decker out there that wide open, but Javi Mangual is not the man to choose for that.
Foul called on Waterford. East Lyme will have it underneath. We'll have another sub in the game as Cardello comes back in. 5 threes in the early going here for East Lyme. A little sloppy, but Spencer went for the steal and missed it. Moore's on the baseline, no good. Rebound, Barlow. So underneath, East Lyme will have it. Up top, Mangual foregoes the 3. Little runner floater, no good. Gets his own rebound, though. Good hustle. Spencer missed the opportunity at the steal. Barlow fouled. He'll go the other way with Waterford. So Waterford needs to chip away right now, down 14. There's still 2 minutes left here in the first quarter.
They do. They need to find an open shot. They haven't had any easy looks so far. Get some high screens going, maybe some off-ball screens, elevator screens. Get somebody open at the basket and not just rely on the three-point shooting of Gallerani and Spencer. And maybe try to get it more looks down low. Maybe get Spencer on a drive on a high screen. They're already in the bonus though, so that'll be in their favor.
So Barlow will shoot 2 more, and now he is 2 for his first 5 from the line. He gets 1 more. Makes 1 of 2 of the Phillies free throws. Wiseman harassing Kazher. Nice hustle. Oh, but a fortuitous bounce for East Lyme, and Kazher gets to the basket. That's twice now Waterford has had the bounce go the wrong way. There goes Gallerani. He's stripped.
Nothing easy.
Nothing called. No, nothing called there on Barlow either. And East Lyme's going to call a timeout. 15-point lead and the ball, trying to talk things through, and this timeout is brought to you by CRAC. Even the toughest, manliest men face life's challenges, and it's okay to admit it. Whether it's stress, anxiety, or just feeling like things aren't going right, you're not alone. Take the 20-point head inspection at mantherapy.org and start putting your mental health first. It's quick, it's simple, and it's designed to help you recognize the signs before they get overwhelming. Man Therapy. Therapy the way a man does it. So here in the early going, kind of everything going East Lyme's way. The hot shooting, ball bouncing the way they need it to go. That's kind of when things aren't going your way, right? And you're looking at a tough season, it feels like every bounce goes the wrong way. And there's a perfect example. It went from Waterford looking like they had a steal going in one direction, and instead it's a basket in the other direction from Cash.
Yeah, you get good effort out of Wiseman coming off your bench. You get everyone diving for the loose ball, things that you want as a coach, and sometimes that's just the game. But what you can't do is you can't let that compile into more. You can't let the lead get bigger than 20 in the first half, because otherwise you have a really demoralized team going into the locker room. Cut the lead down, chip away, find the easiest shots you can, and try to try to make this a ball game. We all thought that this was going to be a kind of a wire-to-wire game. Not the best teams that the ECC has to offer, but quite even teams as they stack up. But so far, East Lyme's answered the bell, and Waterford seems to still be asleep.
Rassicott into the game for Waterford. East Lyme's just been hot. You got to think that if you're Waterford, Coach Bassett, you're saying, listen, they're not gonna make them all.
Right.
And right now, it feels like they're just hitting all of their open threes. Mangual. Well, he hasn't missed one yet, and when he did, he got his own rebound. Javi Mangual has been a big-time performer here in the early going.
That's a 40% three-point shooter at KC. That's not the guy to let catch in rhythm. They got to get up in his space. Might have to get out of that box and one.
Or maybe change who you're putting the box and one on.
Right.
Gallerani hounded by Biggs. Nice backdoor cut, Rassicott. No foul. Kick out to Spencer. He'll take the long three. Got it! Parker not playing games.
Much needed for the Lancers.
One thing we haven't had to mention is the shot clock. There is a 10-second differential between the two right now, game clock and shot clock. Lancers need to play some defense here this last possession. Three is off the mark. Spencer coming in the other direction. Lots of time. He'll take the quick trigger three. No good. It ends up in the hands of Gallerani. And Waterford can have the last shot down 15 if they want. Wiseman drives. Nice look underneath to Rivera Perry. And that's a good way to potentially finish the quarter. And they have 28-15. What a quarter for East Lyme. They take a lead through the end of one. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
An injury due to someone else's carelessness can change everything. At Messier, Massad, Burdick & Associates, we understand that life's unexpected turns can be overwhelming, and our experienced legal team is here to help. Whether it's a car accident, slip and fall, or dog attack, we advocate on your behalf. Insurance companies have teams of lawyers on their side, and you can too. We hope you never need our services, but we are here if you do. Call Messier, Massad, Burdick & Associates today at 860-MMB-TEAM or visit mmbteam.com.
Messier, Massad, Burdick & Associates. Why have one attorney when you can have a team?
Mangual has been the man so far for East Lyme. He has been 4 of 5 from 3. He knocks that one down. Right now, East Lyme's on pace for 112 points. They can't miss. And I'm going to tell you a funny story after we hear from the sports doctor who was listening in on Coach Scheider and East Lyme.
Yeah, I mean, Coach talked about discipline. We're at a 0-0 game right now. That's their approach going into the second quarter. Coach also talked about our offense starts when we touch the basketball. Doesn't matter where we are in the court. We're looking to push. We're looking to put people in position to score on the offensive end. Hey, guys, I don't know if it's me. I mean, but East Lyme's faster, quicker, more aggressive. They're actually taking the fight to, Waterford's reacting while East Lyme is pressing the action.
East Lyme's acting, Waterford is reacting. Nice, thanks, sports doctor. So after this possession from East Lyme, I'm going to tell you the interaction I had when I walked into the gym, because it's actually, I think Coach Scheider might have taken me a little too seriously. Duker has it on the wing, and right now Mangual taking a breather for East Lyme, so now would be a chance we get a Waterford foul. So coming into the gym, Coach Scheider and Bassett were standing right next to each other. And I walked in and I joked, I said, what do you think? A nice 110-108 double overtime game between the two of you guys? Tonight going to be a complete track meet? I didn't think he was going to take me seriously and try to score the 110 points, but East Lyme evidently is going to try to break that century mark tonight.
Yeah, averaging 54.3, that's way off their mark, but I mean, what better way to do it than against your rival?
And when they're going down like they are now with Mangual out, it's going to be a little different. Massad into the game as well, the big man for East Lyme. Duker drives baseline. And Spencer did a nice job closing out weak side. He's going to have it coming the other way. Spencer hangs. Basket is good. And the foul. And that's what the sports doctor was saying, that East Lyme was a step quicker. Spencer's going to be the one that speeds up Waterford. And he's going to go to the line for a Phillies free throw, trying to cut into this lead, as we see right here. The drive, the hang, and he almost got onto the back of his own teammate. And he instead is trying to put his teammates on his back.
Yeah, it seems like Parker Spencer's going to take this game upon himself to bring the Lancers back into it. And so far, I mean, he's got the stroke going. He found a little wiggle room in on the defense to finally get something in the paint. And he converts the N1.
Waterford has to get shots for Spencer and Gallerani, and the other guys need to put in the little shots around the basket when they get the chance. Spencer coming the other direction. Step back three. Off the glass. Parker just made a deposit at the bank. He's got 12.
Do it yourself, young fella.
Mangual, the long answer three, no good. Spencer with a rebound, but he was on the line. But the lead is 7, and Spencer stepping up and taking it upon himself right now to kind of will Waterford back into this thing.
I don't think Lancer Nation accepted that call that well.
So East Lyme will have it underneath. By the way, the shots, if the East Lyme, the shots don't fall like they did in the first period, that's how Waterford gets back in it. Now that's 3 misses in a row for East Lyme. Waterford with a chance to come back the other way.
A 3 here would make this a completely different ball game, completely different outlook than the first quarter.
Spencer on the handoff. Long 3, back iron, no good. Tipped Biggs one-on-one with Spencer. Gets right on his back. Can't get it to go. Good defense. Mangual with a floater. Instead, another tip that could have gone Waterford's way. Instead, it results in an East Lyme basket. Spencer's going to get bailed out as he went to the basket wildly, and he's going to shoot a pair.
Yeah, this game has turned into 1-on-5 before our very eyes, and somehow Waterford still got it within a single-digit lead.
Well, with Gallerani not on the floor right now, this is Spencer and company. He's really the only true offensive threat as he knocks the first one down. On cue, Gallerani and Barlow checking back into the game. Rivera, Perry, and Flanagan will come out. And Cardello back into the game for East Lyme, and Saad will have a seat. Spencer, very good free throw shooter. He's got 14 here in the early going. Mangual pulls up just inside the three-point line. No good. What a great rebound by Rassica. Spencer looking for a screen. Now they're going to give him ISO instead. High post to Rassica. Great defense by the Vikings. Mangual ends up with it. Biggs. Tough bounce. Spencer pushing. 3, no good. Tipped around. And Gallerani tried to save it, but he was just on the line outside, and it'll be back to East Lyme.
Yeah, Waterford's going to have to try to get back into this game in transition. You're going to have to take advantage of misses, and right as Parker Spencer has been doing, just take the ball and run. Try to beat East Lyme down the floor, because when they've gotten set defensively, they haven't gotten a lot.
Up top, Biggs. Rassica steps out on him. Waterford trying to turn up the defensive pressure. Mangual, great defense by Gallerani. Gallerani drives, he's hit, and he'll get the foul and he'll shoot a pair. So Waterford has succeeded in chipping away. Gallerani's a couple of free throws of getting it to a much more manageable 5.
And that was the best Waterford defensive possession that we've seen this entire game. It was a great on-ball job by Rassica, great job by Gallerani picking up the loose ball, and all of a sudden, here comes Waterford now.
Pair of free throws brought to you by Phillies. And just short on the first one. And a kid like Gallerani, who spends hours shooting free throws in the gym, gets irritated every time he misses one.
Doesn't miss a lot of them, 85% on the season.
And he knocks the second one down. And Waterford going to put a little man pressure on. Back off. They're just going to send that box and one starting early as Wiseman picked up Kasier full court. So they're out of the box and one, playing a little bit more of a matchup man. And a travel against East Lyme. And Waterford down 6. They're a basket away from making this thing a one-possession game.
I like the way Parker Spencer is still going after shots when the whistle's blown dead. Keep everybody out of the rhythm.
Good look underneath. Spencer to the cutting Barlow. Basket is good. And the foul. And Jamison Barlow will go to the line. And watch out. As hot as they were in the first quarter, East Lyme has cooled off. And Waterford starting to pick apart the defense. Great look. Great finish for Barlow.
If we keep going down this road, do you know who's going to wake up the most? The X. And that's one of the best home court advantages that you could have in this entire league.
16-2 run for Waterford.
Here they come.
Kasier drives, floater, no good. Offensive foul as Barlow stood his ground. And right now, this is a tale of two quarters. First quarter belonged to East Lyme. The second quarter belongs to Waterford. Looks like 3 on Kasier, which is going to get him out of the game.
I wonder what Waterford's going to do defensively now that Kasier's outside of the game. If they stay in that box and one and transition it to Mangual or continue in some other direction.
Good defense. Cardello stood his ground on Spencer. And a cheap foul on Spencer as he did the old reach slap.
Might just be to get him some air. Kid hasn't stopped moving since the ball got tipped off.
I called that a Chris Dunn special. Every once in a while, I think Chris did the same thing. He just wanted a foul because he was running around so much. He'd say, I'll take a chance.
It's the only break he gets. He doesn't come off the floor.
Mangual's got to be the look to score guy right now for East Lyme. Biggs tried to force it underneath the Cardello. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but Waterford could tie this thing up.
Bet I could guess who's going to take the shot.
I could give you one or two. Wiseman swings to Gallerani. Long three. CG for 3. And we got ourselves a brand new ball game, tied at 30.
Casey, that's a 20-2 run that Waterford's gone on in the second quarter to knock this game up.
And like you said, the X is starting to wake up and Lancer Nation starting to get invested. Biggs blocked by Rassicott.
Charge.
Duker gets away with an offensive foul. Mangual got it!
That is such a huge swing. A missed call underneath. Mangual quiets Lancer Nation.
He's got a 3 on his jersey for a reason, because he can knock him down. Timeout, East Lyme, as they have the 3-point lead in the ball, and this timeout brought to you by CRAC. Your mind matters. CRAC believes mental health starts with one simple step, taking a timeout. When life feels overwhelming, pausing for just a few minutes to breathe and reset can make a big difference. Timeouts are not a sign of weakness. They're a tool for strength and resilience. So join CRAC in creating a culture of care. Learn more at cracct.org. Take a timeout. Strengthen your mind. Again, timeouts are used by coaches strategically when they feel that their team is unsettled. Right there, Coach Scheider recognized the importance of that possession. He just got a big 3 to go up 3, didn't want to lose that possession. That's a great timeout.
And if we could throw a grade 8 to a coach this week, that timeout came within half a second maybe. He didn't have any time to think about it. He just reacted. And that's a great play, but best play by a coach you'll probably see all week.
Coaches know their team's mentality. He recognized that his team's a little frazzled, and he sees it right now as Waterford feeling it, the student section feeling it. Gallerani knocked down the big three a moment ago. He and Spencer, now Spencer's off the floor getting his first breather of the game. You gotta think this is Gallerani time. Chase Nolda into the game, so the two quarterbacks for Waterford this year, Nolda and Rassicott, on the floor at the same time. But a costly turnover as the two teams just traded them. East Lyme still now with a 3-point lead in the ball. Again, the bounce favors East Lyme. And the baseline jumper knocked down by Charlie Morris. Back to a 5-point lead. They got to get it to Gallerani here without Spencer on the floor.
He's got to come to the ball.
That's right. And he does. Finds Nolda, quick trigger three, no good. But no one boxed out Flanagan on the weak, Wiseman on the weak side, but he can't get it to go. Mangual, open look, drives, kicks out. Duker, no good. Rebound, Rassicott. Waterford could really use a basket here. They have worked so hard to get this thing back close. Wiseman. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Big block, but it comes back to Barlow. Free throw jumper, no good. 20 seconds for East Lyme with a 5-point lead. They want one shot. They want to go into halftime no worse than up 5. Duker up top, Mangual, long three, no good, back iron. One more shot, no. We are at halftime, and a frenetic start turned into a Waterford second quarter, and they're within 5. Sports Doctor is with East Lyme coach Dan Scheider.
Coach, after a huge lead in the blazing start in the first quarter, you guys became a little unsettled in the second. Yeah. What was the difference?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pace of game. This is always going to be punches thrown back and forth. We threw the first punch. We knew they were going to throw another one back. Just got to keep our composure, get to spacing, run our offense. We'll be okay.
Now, what do you do about them on the offensive side in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is just making sure we're taking care of the basketball. If we don't turn the ball over, then they're not getting high percentage looks in transition. We just got to execute and be in the right spots.
All right, good luck in the second half, Coach. All right. Case.
Thank you, Sports Doctor. We are at the Waterford Dental Health Halftime Show. You're going to want to stay tuned for features on Waterford and on East Lyme. We'll be back with second half action on the other side. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
This Game Day Player Spotlight, powered by Joshua's Worldwide.
I always remember kind of just playing around with my dad. Like, there's this video of me playing on like a little Tykes hoop with him, and it kind of just started from there, that love for the game.
His father was a tremendous leader on our team. It's the first time Connecticut College went to the NCAA tournament, and we ended up losing at Sarah Lawrence that year. So I guess what I see in Carson is the same element of just absolute work and drive. I heard from his dad that he would go to Connecticut College and he would just show up and maybe play a little bit. And I said, what do you mean? He says, well, he'd get off the bus and get on his bike and just go down there. And I said, he's in 9th grade. He said he didn't care. He just loves being down there.
I really started going there, like, I'd say 2 years ago, and I went to this camp for Conn College, and that's where the relationship kind of started with Dylan Watson. He was the first guy to really become friends with me, and then I showed up, like, every day, and the relationship grew with him, and then it started growing through like more of his teammates, and then now I'm really close with like everyone on the team.
I remember myself and Chris when we were young college kids being down that same gym in the springtime around 4 o'clock. The guys just show up and they just start playing. And I remember kids from the area just being there and playing with us. I'd love to see that those players really enjoy Carson, because he's an enjoyable kid. And they came, and it was great. I think it was our first game of the year. There was, 5 guys in the stands. You're huge, and I was like, well, and I was like, they're the Camels. The Camels rooting on those Lancers, and they really want success for Carson, which is an awesome thing to say.
It means a lot to me, because they have a really huge impact on me. They make my day just coming up and watching my games. Anytime I see them at Con, it always brings a smile to my face. So the fact that they, take time out of the day to come watch me is amazing.
This year when he came in, he was a freshman last year, and I think I just tossed him a jersey, and it was number 20. And so this year when he was coming in as a returning varsity guy, I'll give him a choice. Like, hey, what jersey number do you want? And you can go through the numbers that we've had and the kids who have worn it, this and that. And he says, I want to be number 20. I want that to be me. And which is kind of a tip of the cap to him. Like, he wants to be his own kid and just make a name for himself. So, and I'm not saying anyone's going to do this, but years from now, maybe he's like, I want to be number 20, because people say, I want to be 5. I want to be like Mikey. And, 10 is, I always feels like Liam Spelmo's number 10. And now Parker's number 4. And I hear about kids talk about, number 4. And, Carson's in 10th grade. But maybe one year, a few years now, like, some kid might just say, hey, they're a good shooter. I want to be 20.
Since 1995, we've been revolutionizing transportation with our commitment to exceptional customer service. From sedans to 57-passenger motor coaches, our fleet of over 35 vehicles servicing diverse needs, including weddings, corporate events, group transportation, and much, much more. Our 24/7 availability, rigorous safety standards, and state-of-the-art technologies ensures a seamless experience. Join us on your next journey and experience the difference firsthand. At Joshua's Worldwide, we don't just provide a great ride, we deliver peace of mind.
This Game Day Player Spotlight, powered by Joshua's Worldwide.
Growing up, I've been surrounded by sports, especially basketball. Both my parents played through high school. My mom played Division II basketball at Southern in college, and then my dad was the head coach at Old Lyme for quite a while. So I've always kind of been surrounded by basketball.
Really hardworking kid. Yeah, he's quiet, but he plays loud. And I think it's a testament to kind of how he was raised and kind of the expectations, but he competes. He's one of those kids that everyone wants to win. Everyone in some way feels entitled to winning in a way, but he plays like he wants to win. And I think those are the hustle plays, it's the relentlessness, but it's funny in contrast to how he presents himself at times.
Watching my dad coach, just like even when I was like 5, barely reaching the hoop, but I could remember staying after practice and shooting around sometimes. I've learned a lot about how to be welcoming to other people. Like Brady Sheffield, he's like the nicest guy, greets you every time you walk into any room, just great leader, and I just want to kind of be like that.
I think there's a patience that comes with being in a coach's family. I'm thankful every day for my family and how patient they are with me, but it allows you, I think, to roll with some of the punches a little better, knowing that it's a long season, knowing that there's going to be ups and downs, and keeping your head and understanding that you learn from your losses and you do the best you can to stay winning. But even in those down times, there's something to learn, and I think he's done that nicely, and it allows him to be more steady, and I think you learn more when you're not chasing the emotional roller coaster up and down.
I feel like even though I'm not very vocal, I'll still be able to tell people where to go, pick people up after the plays, and just leading by example, I feel like is just as important as leading vocally.
Who wins in a game of horse right now in the backyard amongst the mom, dad, and you and your brother?
I'm gonna say me, of course, but
if I had to take you off the floor, who's winning that game?
I can't say. They'd be too upset.
Has disaster struck your home? At Messier, Massad, Burdick & Associates, our team of attorneys knows that dealing with insurance companies can be stressful and confusing, and we are here to help. From storm damage to fire or flooding, water leaks, and freezing pipes, we work tirelessly to ensure your full claim is paid. Insurance companies have teams of lawyers on their side, and you can too. Call Messier, Massad, Burdick & Associates today at 860-MMB-TEAM or at mmbteam.com.
Messier, Massad, Burdick & Associates. Why have one attorney when you can have a team?
All season long this year, we have been honoring the Philomena's Friend of the Program, the person who, within the program at the home school where we're doing the game, puts together a lot of work and is rarely acknowledged for the amount of work that they do. Philomena's has generously donated a gift card, and this certificate goes to the Philomena's Friend of the Program. Now, we know it's a big deal because this guy's been on a vacation for about 6 months, but he's back, the owner of Philomena's, Mike Bassetto, and this game, our Philomena's Friend of the Program, goes to Waterford's Megan Lineberg, and it is for your hard work, dedication, and incredible generosity toward the students and athletes of Waterford High School and the Waterford sports community. So thank you for all that you do.
I think you'd rather have this, okay? Megan has been a friend of Philomena's, but also of our community, and there's no one more deserving. So instead of doing $5, we did 10 for Megan. Just kidding.
Philomena's Friends of the Program. The people that need the recognition don't often get it. Megan's the perfect example.
Game Day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. Gear up for game day with a winning smile from Waterford Dental Health. Located in Waterford, we're your go-to for top-notch dental care in a relaxed, friendly setting. Whether you need a routine checkup, a cosmetic boost, or advanced treatment, our experienced team has you covered. Enjoy the game with confidence and comfort. Schedule your appointment today. Waterford Dental Health, where your smile is our top priority. Visit us online or call now to book.
An injury due to someone else's carelessness can change everything. At Messier, Massad, Burdick & Associates, we understand that life's unexpected turns can be overwhelming, and our experienced legal team is here to help. Whether it's a car accident, slip and fall, or dog attack, we advocate on your behalf. Insurance companies have teams of lawyers on their side, and you can too. We hope you never need our services, but we are here if you do. Call Messier, Massad, Burdick & Associates today at 860-MMB-TEAM or visit mmbteam.com.
Messier, Massad, Burdick & Associates. Why have one attorney when you can have a team?
We're back, and there's a couple of state championships sitting over there at the far side. Mikey Bassetto, J.J. Brennan, two of the best in Waterford high school history, and they're currently happy because they thought this was going to be a leave at halftime game. Now Waterford at least has got them sticking around for the second half as they got it all the way to within 5. Second half possession brought to you by NFA. If you live in Eastern Connecticut, you belong at Norwich Free Academy. From college prep and career pipelines to arts, athletics, and tech programs, NFA offers more opportunities than any other high school in the region. Financial aid is available for those who qualify, so engage your future at NFA. Visit nfaschool.org. All right, Max, what does Waterford need to do to get this 5-point deficit behind them and get back on top in this one?
Well, first of all, is just get easier looks. Find a way to get some more action off the ball to create open lanes for Parker Spencer to come drive, for a passing lane for Carson Gallerani to get a shot, maybe some more layups down low for Rivera Perry. But the most important stat in this first half, Parker Spencer's been scoring, Javi Manuel's been scoring. The most important stat is Karch Kazner has 3 fouls. So in that matchup, maybe try to exploit that, get him into foul trouble, get him off the sideline, because that's where they made their run.
Possession starts with Waterford. Gallerani, nice look underneath, kick back out to him, quick trigger 3, no good, and a nice closeout on the glass as Biggs pushes for East Lyme. And Rassicot stayed with him the whole way. Barlow knocked it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Vikings. Biggs, good look underneath to Duker. And a 7-point lead. Waterford's got to be careful because we know East Lyme can be streaky. Nice look. Barlow can't get it to finish. And a travel against East Lyme, so a break for Waterford.
Got a box set coming out of bounds for the Lancers. looking to get the inbounder open. Oh, no good.
Good hands from Kazher. Basket is good. And the foul. Karch Kazher going to get to the line for a free throw brought to you by Phillies. And that's an and one. And just like that, Kazher has a chance to make it a 10-point lead.
Yeah, Kazher, arguably the best player that this game has to offer, been pretty quiet so far. But that and one should get him going, should get him off in the right direction. And maybe now he can start to leave his mark on this game.
That 3 fouls limited him, but now he's back here. Second half's a fresh start, and it's a 10-point lead here for East Lyme. Good tip. Ball comes down with Waterford. And we're going to get a whistle. Foul's going to be called on Biggs for the Vikings, so it'll be Waterford ball.
Casey, I won't lie to you, I didn't see that. I saw 2 Lancers going tied up together.
I thought we were going to get a travel call because they both had possession of the ball at the same time, but instead
That ref is the tallest one on the floor, so maybe he has a better angle, I don't know.
I never argue with Anthony Malhoy. He'd tee me up here from the booth. Gallerani for 3, knocks it down.
Oh no, a basket interference by Barlow. Barely grazed the rim, didn't impact it, but it was enough. I thought they might call that. It was a good call. I was hoping that they let him get away with it because it was such a big shot, but couldn't defy it.
Well, Bassett looked over at Anthony Malhoy, and Malhoy gave him the, what do you want me to do? You know, it's like the call's the call. Kazher with a floater, no good. Rassicot's going to get it up to Spencer. He's going to push. Spencer hangs, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. And this is how Waterford got back in it in the first half, was with Parker Spencer pushing the tempo and getting to the basket. And this is how they're going to have to get back into it again here.
Yeah, a little skirmish now underneath. We'll light his fire a little bit.
Two free throws for Spencer. And the friendly Lancer roll gets it back inside the basket for Spencer.
Now let's remember that basket interference going down the stretch of the game. Those 3 points could be very critical in a game where Waterford's trying to scratch and claw their way back into it, and those efforts could really be diminished by those 3 points.
Waterford needs a stop more than anything else. Their scoring is sort of, we know where their scoring is going to come from. Where is the defensive stands going to come from? They don't generate a lot of turnovers. A foul away from, and we have seen some really, really great guard play out of Spencer and Kazher. And, you know, great guard play brought to you by the Guard Arts. The Breeze Line Winter Cinema Series season passes are still available. You can visit theguardarts.org. Go check it out. I saw Sinners last Friday and had already seen it, wanted to see it on the big screen. And great movie, great environment. Love the Guard for some good movies. Out of the pack, Rassicot has it. Here comes Spencer. Spencer tried to dribble through the double team. Mangual comes out for East Lyme. Mangual high off the glass. Back to a 10-point lead. Gallerani tries to split the double, kicks out to Spencer for a long 3, no good, short. East Lyme will run. Here comes Kazher. Kazher kicks up top to Duker. Spot up 3 for the lefty, no good. Coming in the other direction now. Here comes Waterford. Spencer, wild shot. Dipsy-do for 2. The acrobat Parker Spencer gets it to go.
Look, Mom, I'm not looking.
Mangual tries to answer, no, gets his own rebound. Finds Cardello. Mangual, littlest guy on the floor, tipped it out of bounds. It goes over to Waterford.
That was an incredible adjustment by Parker Spencer underneath, and I just want to know who's got H now.
That is a play on the playground right there. Great awareness. I love that. You see a lot of times players lose awareness of where the basket is. He never lost his awareness, so his body control was impressive, but the body control only works if you know where the basket is, and he had full awareness the whole time. Wiseman kicks to Spencer. Spencer, long three. Got it! Parker not playing games. It's a 5-point game, and he's got 21. Got away with a carry.
Carry and a double.
Underneath, out of bounds. It'll stay with East Lyme, and we'll get a sub into the game for both teams. Josiah Rivera-Perry checks in for Waterford, replacing Barlow, and Charlie Morris goes into the game, replacing Mangual. This is important because when we've seen Mangual out of the game, it makes East Lyme more defensible because you know Cashier's the primary option.
No, you're right about that, Casey.
Good look underneath to Cardello. Spins into Rivera-Perry. Good defense. And a forced pass. 1 second left on the shot clock, so.
I would expect maybe a lob to Cardello.
It's going to have to be something that they can catch and shoot with 1 second, but it's going to have to be very quick. Waterford playing man off the inbound. Catch and shoot. Cashier throws it up. Shot clock violation. That's the best defensive stand we've seen from Waterford since the one you pointed out in the first half where they locked it down.
And this is where Waterford started to make their mark in the second quarters when they really started to check in defensively, causing those turnovers, making East Lyme as uncomfortable as they've been. They got to match that energy throughout the whole game if they want to make it down the stretch at that's close of a margin.
And again, East Lyme much more defensible with Mangual off the floor, and you saw it there. It's really casual. Spencer drives, left hand, no good. That would have brought the house down if he had gotten that one to go. Just a little strong. And you can see they are going to be playing tight on Cashier, denying him everything. And a wild shot from Morez, but there comes their offensive glass. Cardello, and this is the big version of the lineup for East Lyme. And Cardello is going to get rewarded for his tenacity with a pair of Phillies free throws. And he went after that offensive rebound like I go after a cheesesteak. So I'm just saying, I don't know if he's getting 10% off the free throws, but if you go into Phillies and say every day is game day, you can get 10% off of the free throw, off of the cheesesteak, rather.
No, I would go after it like that if it was the Kobe. I'm not letting that go. Can't, won't.
Second one is good. 5-point lead for East Lyme. 6-point lead for East Lyme. Math is hard. That is all. Wiseman. Gallerani back to him. They're going to try to lob underneath.
Look underneath.
Rivera-Perry, that's his role. Catch underneath and make those balls right around the basket. The bunnies, as they call them, but now it's a 4-point game. Cashier with the floater. Spencer comes out and pushes in the other direction. Bump as he got to the basket. Offensive foul against Wiseman. And Spencer, listen, when Parker Spencer's locked in like this, he's the voice of reason. He got right up, kept Wiseman under control. Waterford knows they've settled this thing down. Back to 4, they need to play defense.
Yeah, saved Wiseman from a possible tech there. But I got to say, Casey, to at this point in the ball game, I have not seen a lot of favorable whistles for those in white.
They've gotten some bad breaks on the bounces, a couple of calls. Long three, no good. Here comes Spencer. Great hustle play from behind by Collis Doyen. Cashier for 3, short. Look at a great box out by Rivera-Perry, but Duke. Ryan Duker with the putback.
Another one of those 50-50 balls that the Lancers just can't seem to end up with tonight. And this is really the difference.
52-48 it's been tonight. You know, they haven't been 50-50. They've gotten all those weird bounces.
I would say 58-42.
Steal by Kazher to Duker, and a quick little run, and it's back up to 8 points, and Bill Bassett wants a timeout. This timeout brought to you by CRAC. Stress and pressure can lead to risky choices, but you have the power to pause. CRAC believes prevention starts with a simple step, taking a timeout. When cravings or triggers hit, like a nice tortellini, you know, sometimes that's where mine comes. Other people go for the vape, I go for the tortellini. But a reset can help you stay substance-free. Timeouts aren't weaknesses, they're a strategy for strength and control. Learn more at www.cracct.org. Take a timeout. Keep your power. Well, Lancer Nation, Viking Valley, I put the challenge out to the two of you tonight, and I'm letting you know you both did a nice job showing up. At the end of this game, I am taking a poll. Max Adams, Mike DeMoro, Peter Wappy, they're going to put in a confidential secret vote on who they think the student section was. A lot to like right now for Viking Valley.
As you see, Duker really taking advantage of the fast break, getting turnovers in the half court, really extending this lead. And, you know, the Lancers are really wishing that they had that three. They're really wishing that they had a couple turnovers back, maybe a couple free throws as well. And these are things that the Lancers have to execute down the stretch in order to make this game flip.
And that's one of those things that's universal. Whether you're in, you know, Raleigh or Saskatoon, you got to make free throws, and you've got to protect the basketball. Waterford, when they're doing the right things, are in many ways the better team. But the problem is they're too sporadic in those two areas, and East Lyme, because they've got shooters and they play good defense too, make it tough. Kick out up top, dangerous pass. Gallerani does corral it to Wiseman. Good double from the Vikings, and that's going to cause an over and back. Wiseman stepped over. Great double there from East Lyme.
Yeah, and you got to know the trap points. You got to know you can't get too close to that half-court line. You can't get too close to the corners in this 1-3-1, and that's where Wiseman fell right into the trap there.
Big possession defensively for Waterford. East Lyme with the advantage of a lead and time ticking down here in the third. Biggs with a travel. Sports Doctor, I know you've been kind of floating around listening to the coaches. What's the message you've been hearing?
He likes the way his team has responded. Every time Waterford has pushed that, you know, got the lead down to 4, 5, he likes the response of his team. You know, they're kind of locked in. They made some big baskets. He says, take care of the basketball down the stretch. But he likes when his team faces adversity, they seem to respond, Casey.
Yeah, the East Lyme has warded off all of Waterford's challenges. I got to like Waterford's resilience. They've, you know, pushed it every time they've been down. And an offensive foul called on a screen from Rivera Perry.
Hey, Casey, I think these guys are having a lot of fun out here, too. I mean, the coaches are into it, whether it's Bill Bassett on the East Lyme side, and the players are into it, too. Talked about throw the records out the door. I mean, I was at the water cooler with some of the kids. They're amped up. The kids are out of the game, want to get back in there.
Mangual back in the game. Dangerous pass intercepted by Rassicot. Finds a cutting Barlow. And he'll go to the line as Jamison Barlow is hit on his way to the basket. He'll shoot a pair. Vital free throws coming up here, down 8 for Waterford. And these free throws are brought to you by Phillies.
Barlow struggling from the line so far this game, but I want to point out that that was a really, really smart kick out for Rassicot to not go all the way into himself and draw the easy foul, as now Barlow converts on that decision. And if that doesn't happen, that possession maybe just goes to the waistline.
Yeah, Mangual was already set. He saw it coming. He said, I'm going to take this charge. And you're right, Rassicot wisely pulled it back out. 1 of 2 for Barlow. So the lead is 7. And little delay of game called on Waterford rather.
I hope you at least gave him credit for making the shot. Not in the box score, but just like, amongst themselves.
Kazher kicks, open look three, knocks it down, Collis Doyen. Lead back to 10. There's the answer that Coach Scheider's looking for. Underneath, good look. Rassicot, weak side blocked by Mangual. Looks like he got a piece of him. And they're going to say that Mangual made contact, so Rassicot will go to the line for a pair of Phillies free throws.
And now Viking Valley returning the favor.
Viking Valley with the chant saying, "We humbly disagree with your version of events."
You're wrong. You're wrong.
That's another version of it. There are many. It depends on the language you speak. I speak Viking Valley, and that's what they were saying. Sir, respectfully, we disagree with the viewpoint that you have shared on that particular set of rules. Rassicot needs to knock this one down, and it's in and out. Tough one. Waterford's got to make those free throws. They're free money. Free money to get back into a basketball game.
Between the free throws and that offensive interference, you're probably looking at 13 points, 12 points that Waterford left out there.
Timeout as the floor got slippery. Another Viking went to it, so a timeout from East Lyme Scheider. And this timeout brought to you by C-Rack. When stress hits, it's easy to reach for a vape, but there's a better choice. At C-Rack, we believe prevention starts with a simple step, taking a timeout. Pausing to breathe and reset can help you fight cravings and stay in control. Timeouts aren't a weakness, they're a strategy for strength and health. Learn more at www.crackt.org. Take a timeout, stay vape free. This has been a game where really East Lyme came out on fire, built a lead, and from there it's been them standing on the top of the hill with the leverage to push Waterford down every time they get close enough to the top of the hill. Waterford got it, back tied for about 3 seconds. And then Mangual knocked a three, and that's what it's been. Waterford climbing the hill, and East Lyme shoving them back down.
Yeah, they've had an answer for every punch that's been thrown, and that's what Coach Scheider wanted to emphasize going into half is just keep taking the shots and responding. And they continue to as Biggs gets the layup underneath.
12-point lead. Waterford can have the last shot. I think they need to go into the half no worse than 12.
Spencer trying to find the play, trying to figure out what Bassett wants in this set. Best possible shot to end the third period.
Spins, kicks. Wiseman drives, finds Barlow. Good hands from Biggs. Mangual over to Duker. Good if it goes. At the buzzer, Brian Duker. He's been great all night. It's a 14-point lead as we head to the fourth. Fourth quarter's winning time. We'll come back on the other side. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Has disaster struck your home? At Messier, Massad, Burdick & Associates, our team of attorneys knows that dealing with insurance companies can be stressful and confusing, and we are here to help. From storm damage to fire or flooding, water leaks, and freezing pipes, we work tirelessly to ensure your full claim is paid. Insurance companies have teams of lawyers on their side, and you can too. Call Messier, Massad, Burdick & Associates today at 860-MMB-TEAM or at mmbteam.com.
Messier, Massad, Burdick & Associates. Why have one attorney when you can have a team?
We are back. 14-point lead for East Lyme as we head to the last stretch here. Peter Wappy, I'm going to assume that's some Con College Camels on the screen right there. Am I right?
That is a team that you have broadcast on Game Day this year, Casey O'Neill.
Oh, sure it is. That's the Griswold Wolverines. No, it's not. I have no idea what I'm looking at right there. That's Montville.
You're looking at Evan Breer.
That's Montville. That is.
Chung,
yeah, now I see it. Now I see it. And that's a huge compliment that I thought they were Con College Camels. I'd like to say thank you very much for the public humiliation of not knowing what I was looking at.
You got basketball players.
I mean, I should have recognized Jace Chung. It's awful. I wasn't looking his way. I was looking in the wrong direction. And I should have recognized Carter as well. That's a terrible job by me. I feel like that game was 6 months ago, though. Speaking of games, by the way, New London St. Bernard's another good one to watch tonight on the schedule. Wild shot, no good. East Lyme with the hustle points, though, from Kazir. Mangual, bomb of a 3, no good. And that goes up and hits above. It'll be Waterford basketball. I'm curious to know what the St. Bernard New London game. St. Bernard's has the ill fortune of playing New London twice, and then they have East Lyme. So that'll be interesting to see how they match up. New London, of course, off a huge win over Fitch. Spencer resets with 23 seconds. Drives baseline. Hits Barlow in the hands, but he didn't see it coming. And Mangual, he would have shot that, but he recognized time and game situation. He pulled it out. Kick, Duker for 3, no good. Rebound on the weak side goes to Rassicott. Gallerani, no good. Offensive rebound, though. Back to Gallerani. Drives, great look to Barlow. Gallerani and Spencer, when they can drive and find Barlow or Rivera Perry, that's when Waterford's thriving.
Well, that's the thing. They need to be able to feel comfortable enough to dish that off to where somebody could finish it. And most of the time, they don't feel like they can.
Kazir blocked. Stay with East Lyme. And Rivera Perry and Wiseman will check into the game. Biggs inbounds underneath. Finds Duker. Good look to Cardello. Can't get it to go, and a strong rebound from Rivera Perry. He's giving them good work underneath the basket. He's an undersized big, but he plays bigger than he is.
Yeah, he's been the most physical in the paint when in the game. It's just he's not getting enough of those 50-50 balls to really be the beneficiary of it.
Only a sophomore. You got to hope there's one more growth spurt in him, and if there is, he could be a formidable presence for Waterford. I just got told that St. Bernard beat New London by 3, and the curse of the power rankings continues.
Shout out to Alma Mater. Is the Alma Mater still high school?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right. It still checks out.
Waterford loses an opportunity to cut into the 12-point lead. It'll be East Lyme basketball.
Yeah, those are the conversions that you got to come away with points. Can't ask for much easier than a layup around the basket, and just, too afraid of what's not coming.
Waterford needs stops at this point, however they can get them. There's a steal right on cue. There's the stop. And Spencer finishes it the other direction.
Waterford's got to go, and got to go now. They got to make a quick work of this 10-point lead. They got 5.5 remaining. They got to go now.
Floater by Kazir, no good. Cardello with a nice rebound. Biggs for 3, no good. Someone's got to get on the glass for Waterford. They get a break out of bounds, and the Lancers will have it down 10.
Curious to see if Coach Bassett elects for a Rivera Perry Barlow lineup down the stretch, seeing as how he's losing the rebound battle down low and possessions where they really need to come away with defensive rebounds. We saw Coach Scheider display his big lineup earlier.
And there's Rivera Perry, offensive rebound, but turns it over. Mangual up ahead to Kazir. Spencer got a hand on it, and he dives for it. Good hustle play from Parker Spencer. It'll stay with East Lyme, but not through a lack of effort. Mangual gets a screen. Cardello rolls, and Spencer comes from behind. Foul's going to get called against Parker Spencer, I think, unless they're calling it out of bounds. We'll find out what Sergio.
Timeout.
Timeout called. Full timeout from East Lyme. This timeout brought to you by C-Rack. We will take it to a break. We'll be back. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Harbor Helpers Marine LLC is a locally owned marine service company based in Waterford, Connecticut, delivering professional boat detailing, hull cleaning, waxing, and marine maintenance throughout the area. Built by young boaters with deep local marina ties, Harbor Helpers is known for reliable service, sharp attention to detail, and results you can see on the water. From weekend cruisers to working boats, Harbor Helpers helps keep Connecticut's fleet looking better and running stronger all season long. Babbitt Home Improvement is a local veteran-owned business providing affordable home improvement and maintenance services. From windows, decks, additions, siding, and more, they do it all. No project too big or small. Give them a call today to get your free quote on your next project. You won't be disappointed. 860-319-4418.
10-point East Lyme lead with the basketball, 4:13 remaining. Waterford needs not panicked stops, but they need stops.
They need rebounds off of those stops. Can't have one without the other.
That was almost a made basket, which wouldn't have counted from Biggs on the attempt at the lob.
Is that what that was supposed to be?
Yeah, I think so. That was a lob.
All right.
He put the alley, but there was no oop. There goes Spencer. Hangs in the air. Back iron, no good. Rebound to Biggs. Mangual now going to push. Finds Kazher for three. Good! Karch Kazher, big three. Might have been a dagger right there.
Yeah, you can hear it kind of just fall through the hearts of the Lancer Nation. They've been quiet for a while now.
Wiseman tries to answer, no good. Mangual with the rebound. Up ahead to Kazher. Kazher with Biggs. East Lyme running the floor, and they're not taking the foot off the pedal. They're pushing down the gas.
And another whistle not going the Lancer way. It looked like that went off of Biggs' leg. Gallerani certainly thinks so, but Biggs will take it out on the baseline.
Duker pulls up and knocks it down from the free throw line. At times, he's been their best player tonight. 16 for Duker.
Yeah, I guarantee you that he was not on the top of the scouting report, so this is why he's getting a little more open looks. They wanted to take away the top two, forgot about the third guy.
Kazher with a nifty reverse left. Spencer went all the way himself. Mangual comes the other direction, hangs with the left hand. Good defense, though, by Gallerani. Spencer for three, no good.
Get on him! Get in him, Joe, get in him!
Hard foul as Kazher got hit. Foul's called on Spencer. The officials are going to talk over whether or not that should have been intentional or flagrant. They're going to talk this thing over.
He did put his shoulder right in his chest. Now the question is, did he see it, and was it intentional? And I don't think it's enough. I think that's just him playing hard and him not knowing when to slow down. But it has gotten chippy down the stretch, and it has been with Spencer in the mix. So it depends on how the referees see all that.
I think we can get away. I think the way they're handling it right now, calling the foul, putting the two teams aside, but I think this could absolutely be a flagrant. Anthony Malhoy letting us know that it is an intentional foul against Parker Spencer. They're going to explain things to the coaches right now. I think, it's a tough one for the officials. He definitely put his shoulder down and tried to run through. You can see it on the right side of your screen. It was an aggressive play from Spencer. I don't think there's a wrong answer to this one. If they had come back and said, no, we're good with just the foul, I would have been fine with that either way. What I like is that they got together to try to get it right.
Yes, and that ultimately will diffuse the situation on the court, but now you see the banter between the two student sections kind of starting to come to light a little bit more as Lancer Nation just wants to, save face a little bit.
Cashier's going to have some free throws. And then East Lyme's going to have the ball. And hard to believe that this is a 20-point game. It's 19 now, when just a second ago it felt like Waterford was within striking distance.
Yeah, got away from them pretty quickly. Spencer's been a lot quieter since the start of the second half, and you can see that frustration come out in a little bit in that foul. But again, probably at this stage of the game could have let it go, but in order to do that, you have to diffuse the chippiness, and I think that's just what that was. I think if it's a closer game, you might see a different call.
Cashier finds Mangual, drives baseline, good hands from Rivera Perry. Gallerani tried to dump it down on the block, and he was just out of the reach. Turnover to East Lyme.
Question now becomes, how long does Bassett really let this go until he clears the bench and waves the white flag?
Timeout East Lyme. And this timeout brought to you by CRAC. Struggling? It's okay to pause. Call a timeout and reach out for help. Talk to someone you trust, or call or text 988 for free confidential support. You're not alone. You have options. Your life matters. Take a timeout today, because asking for help is a sign of strength. Look more. CRAC, CT.org to learn more. So yeah, this thing got a little bit chippy, a little bit, away from the essence of the game. East Lyme pushed it up to 19. It was close a minute ago, but give East Lyme credit. Every chance they've had to make a run, they have.
They've done the little things a lot better than the other team on the opposing sideline has. They've gotten a lot of offensive rebounds. They've converted a lot of open looks. And conversely, on the other side, the Lancers just haven't been able to match that. And I think that's why the lead has ballooned to where it has, because each time that requires a response. And the Lancers just haven't had anything going since Parker cooled down in the start of that third quarter.
Sports Doctor, you were talking with Coach, with the official. What did Sergio have to say?
Clarification on that, intentional foul, Casey, the flagrant. Parker Spencer blew up the screen. He ran right through the guy, right through his chest. He made no chance to avoid it or sidestep it. So the referees thought it was intentional with no harm to hurt.
There's another tip that goes into the hands of Mangual. Oh. Another bad bounce for Waterford, and Javi there. It's East Lyme Waterford.
I like it. Too little, too late. But maybe you show this fight earlier, we're looking at a different game.
65-44. It's a 21-point lead with 1:39 left, and we're seeing starters on the floor for both teams.
Yeah,
you don't often see that up 20.
No, you don't. But unless T-Mac is coming in from the Waterford sideline, I think it's a good night, Irene.
Rivera Perry for 3, no good. Rebound, Barlow, and he'll draw a foul. He'll go up and shoot a pair. So Jamison Barlow still working. He's been at the free throw line a lot tonight. Enough to where he knows that if you go to Phillies and say every day is game day, you get 10% off your cheesesteak.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Bill Bassett, I'm taking Jamison Barlow after this game. He gave him great effort the whole game, all 4 quarters, on the rebounds, active defensively. But if I'm Coach Bill Bassett, I am locking this kid in the gym, making him shoot 100 free throws, and making sure that he gets the importance of converting on these.
One more for Barlow. Look at Rivera Perry with the offensive rebound. He has been working hard. Again, undersized, but pushing. And out of bounds it goes. It'll be Waterford basketball.
Yeah, the engagement is not the problem for the Waterford bigs. It's a little bit of size, a little bit of strength, a little bit of touch, and a little bit of footwork. If we could just get the heart into that part of the game and match it, you're going to have some complete basketball players as Wiseman gets the putback to go to cut the lead to 18.
Wiseman with the putback, and that's a time for Bill Bassett to call a timeout. This timeout brought to you by CRAC. Life's about having fun, making memories and building the future you want. But gambling, it's not a game. It might start with a simple bet, but before you know it, it can spiral into stress, debt, and a mess. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that when the pressure builds, you call a timeout. You step back, you take control. Don't gamble with your future. If you or someone you know is struggling, call the Problem Gambling Helpline, 1-888-789-7777, or visit cracct.org. At the end of this one, you're going to want to remember that our social media Game Day CT, you'll be able to see the Waterford Dental Health Coaches interview, the Roberto's Log Cabin Player of the Game Day, and the Harbor Helpers Defensive Player of the Game. All available on social media after this one's over. Touchdown to Kazher. Mangual gets Spencer to lose it on the floor. Good sportsmanship there as Duker helps up his fellow number 4. And we're going to get Patrick Lombardi checking into the game for Waterford.
Only for Spencer. His first rest of the ball game.
Get a little break. He's done all he can. Down 20. And they're going to foul Kazher because down 20 with 106. We want to extend this thing as much as possible.
Yeah. Do they have T-Mac? Is there something I don't know in these rosters that we have?
They're going to bring out the bedazzled ball. It's worth 20.
Money balls.
Mangual will inbound. Goes into the backcourt.
Go, Joe!
And now East Lyme can take the air out of it if they choose to. And of course, we're going to get another foul on Wiseman. Down 20. I think Coach Bassett's letting him know now. Let's not do that.
Yeah, it's not entirely necessary anymore. Maybe they just want to see game day stick around for a little longer.
So at the end of the game, again, you're going to go to social media, check out the Waterford Dental Health Coaches interview, the Roberto's Log Cabin Player of the Game Day, and the Harbor Helpers Defensive Player of the Game. On Monday, during the boys' power rankings, I will be wearing one of these 2 student sections apparel. We'll find out which student section it is after I talk with my brain trust at the end of this one.
And now officially we can extend this Viking win streak in this rivalry to 5.
And which is 2 years.
Yeah.
Which means this Waterford group's going to school on that and coming back.
Yeah, I'm sure those guys in the front row, JJ and Mikey, are seeing their their skin's crawling a little bit. This is kind of sacrilegious for them to, as a viewer, and to know maybe that this is now 2 years running now where Waterford has gone East Lyme doubless.
And here comes the substitutions checking into the game here momentarily. So a pair of free throws brought to you by Phillies. At the line is Duker.
Oh, no.
So into the game, the East Lyme subs checking in. Tipped around, Barlow with another rebound. Waterford should have one more at this. Barlow will draw the foul.
More free throws for Barlow.
Well, practice makes perfect. He's at the line an awful lot tonight.
Yeah. I mean, if nothing else, it's a good sign that he can get there. Now, can he convert is the question. And I mean, he'll have plenty of time to develop. 10th grade. Probably going to be a future cornerstone for this Lancer team for the next 2 years after this.
I do like the fuchsia shoes, very similar to mine.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah.
A little more orange tint to yours.
Mine's a little more of a almost salmon-like. Clock ticking down. Max, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on game day. The East Lyme Vikings, 5th in a row over Waterford, a 20-point win, 67-47.
And a court storming.
Go to our social media, Game Day CT, for all the interviews post-game. An excited Viking Valley. You've been watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Game Day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. Gear up for game day with a winning smile from Waterford Dental Health. Located in Waterford, we're your go-to for top-notch dental care in a relaxed, friendly setting. Whether you need a routine checkup, a cosmetic boost, or advanced treatment, our experienced team has you covered. Enjoy the game with confidence and comfort. Schedule your appointment today. Waterford Dental Health, where your smile is our top priority. Visit us online or call now to book. Nestled in the woods of Lebanon, Connecticut, Roberto's Log Cabin is the cozy, rustic home of comfort food. Family owned and operated, the Cabin, as it is fondly known, offers a diverse menu of hearty fare from burgers to the best ribs in the state. Come check out the Hallway of History in the newly renovated tavern, sample the diverse menu, craft beers, great cocktails, all while watching your favorite sports on one of their 10 TVs. Stop in and see Rob. Tell him Game Day sent you. Pave the way for your students' financial success with a MySci account from Scient Federal Credit Union. Open a high-yield MySci savings account today and help support a positive financial future for your student. Visit scientfcu.org to learn more.